Good morning. I am here to talk about how this pocket is definitely evolving through just me rapidly going in here and adding all my work and life stuff into it from the personal size. So she is definitely getting thicker. So when we open this up, first of all, I have during the week, I think unless I'm traveling or going out somewhere, I'm not going to use my wallet. I'm going to use this binder as my wallet because it just stores the 2 credit cards that I need and my driver's license and a couple of stickers back here. This I use on a regular basis, and you'll see why. This is just a photo of my husband and I and all of the different sticky notes. And also I have included cash in sticky note into the freebie section, so check that out. This is a sticky note purchased from Daiso, if anyone's wondering. If you have a Daiso nearby, this is a great one. I'm sure they have this size in Amazon site as well, I'm sure. I have my habit tracker in here now for November and December. And any of these inserts that I am using, most of them are from me. I designed it, and this one's from Sleepy Notes Club. She's here also on YouTube, so go check her out. I love her inserts this is a freebie that she shares with all of us. And I just add my gas tank and how much it costs. And this is my cash in, cash out sticker, sticky notes, and there's some stuff in there. Okay, so here is where I changed up a little bit. So in the last flip, I did have a different one for week 47. I did update this a little bit just because I needed to. I felt like there was another better way to be more productive, because it's all about finding my productivity and what works for me. And if it doesn't work, I'm not going to wait around. I'd much rather, because I have too many projects going on at all given times throughout my life, along with 4 kids. So there's that. So this page is exactly the same. This is going to be a little bit of a change. So it's an addition to the pages here on the dailies. Weekly spending. I think what I am going to do is go back to the weekly spending tracker versus the cash in and out sticky note, just because I realized that it's not all together. It's just the cash versus like what I use with my credit cards, and it just didn't make sense. It didn't like bubble up for me. It just felt like I was spending not that much, because I don't use cash that much sometimes, and or vice versa, and it just makes no sense. I should keep it all in one so that I know what is my variable spending for the week. And I'm gonna have a yearly tracker that has each week 52 weeks, and I'm just gonna add on there like what category that I want to track for the whole year. So this is what I'm doing, and I will have this up there very shortly. If you guys want a copy of this, it's in my member section on YouTube. It's not there yet, but it will be. This is just like a little order tracker, and I just gave myself 3 blank spaces just because I want to tell myself that, hey, do not order more than 3 in a given week. Give it time, right? So that is what that is. Now, this is another addition, right? So I have the project, and then I have the project area. And this, you guys, this whole thing that I'm showing you right now, this is actually in personal size, in a letter paper format, up on the members section of the YouTube, because someone requested, because I use A4 paper for printing out my dailies on my personal size. And so I put up the A4, and a lot of you guys don't have A4 paper available. And so I had to like quickly go back and give it a reformat. And in order to do that, I had to add extra pages. And I go, what would that be? And it ended up being the weekly spending and order tracker, as well as the projects. So what I consider project is like, for example, my son who's 16, we need to get his driver's license. In order to do that, there are a couple things that I need to do in order to get there. Like I have to put him into driving school, I have to teach him driving actual hours, and then I have to connect with his doctor. There's a little bill that I have to pay in terms of connecting with the doctor for him to do something. I have to email his school for some type of accommodation with the parking permit, and just there's so many different things. And so like it could be anything like a birthday party, or you have a kid's birthday party, and then what are all the things that you have to do? You have to go out and plan out, you have to buy invitation or send it out via emails, you have to collect the RSVPs, you need to like book the place or the venue, the food, the cake, all that kind of stuff. Like, so I figure we all have one of these things in any given week, and so this will help with that for me. And then this is the meal plan section that came back. In the last version of this, week 47, I didn't have a meal plan because I felt like I didn't need it, but I was failing like miserably. We were doing takeouts for the last 3 days and not in favor of it. So when I do meal plan, I have a to buy list right here. And before, when I had the personal, I would put the to buy list here, and then I would have to migrate it into like a sticky note to take along with me in my wallet. But now that I am taking this as my wallet, I no longer need that. I can literally just open up the page and while I'm shopping, and I can figure out what to buy. And I think that's cool. This I put as the sticky that kind of sticks out right now because I'm going to H Mart today and I need to grab a couple things from H Mart. So I did change this back. I didn't have this on the last version. I just had like the weekly schedule on the left side, and on the right side I had the to-dos, right? And the running log like this. But I am changing this because while the running log is absolutely needed for my crazy brain, I realized there's a better way. So I'm going to show you what I will be doing. I didn't want to go back and do this. But one of the first things that I will say is I need the time block. This is just how my brain functions. I've done this for years, and it's just the best way for me to actually work it. So this is today, and this is an example of how this is all going to kind of unfold. So I've got the schedule. All the oranges that you see, those are like unavailable to work times. So those are not like task times. Those are like times where I have to deal with children. I have to pick them up, drop them off. I have to go eat lunch. I have to cook dinner, whatever. Those are the times. And then the green color area time blocks are where I actually have time to do the stuff, right? So these are my key action steps, which comes from this area right here, which is coming from the 12-week year goal planning for me. I always like to do quarterly planning just because of my business and so on and so forth. It just makes more sense that way. And so what I do is I take all the to-dos from here, the work and personal section. Today being Thursday, all of these little dots here go on here, and anything new like inboxing goes in here for the day if it's for this day. If not, I will just put it in the next day's over. And so what I then do is I take this and I look at my hours. So I have each slot is an hour, and little boxes are 10 minutes, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours available to me today. My golden day is 6 hours of full work mode, like no breaks in between. It's the best option for me because this is how my brain functions. In this scenario, each block, I don't know if you see it, but each block is one of these tasks. And some of the smaller ones, I group them up. And then I tally them up. I go, okay, what do I want to work on first, second, third, fourth, fifth? So I just write it down first, and then I tally it up. So I would just go down the line. So website, I know what I'm gonna do. Each of the bite-sized tasks, that's what I needed. This is how my brain functions and gives me super productivity mode, because then I don't have to critically think at this point. When I'm doing the do, I'm already ready to go. So the ideal thing to do in this scenario is to plan the night before. But if I do end up planning on the day of, it does, take away a little bit of that, golden hour. But it's okay, because after that, once this is done and all the little nitty bitty, the little bite-sized tasks, to-dos are done for that big task, then it's so easy to just run it through and just rapidly check them off as I go. So that's how this is happening. And each of these little boxes, these bigger tasks, I would just basically give myself an hour, 30 minutes to an hour session each. So I would do the time, put the timer on and do 60 minutes and just run through the list. If I do end up earlier, take a 15-minute break and then just run to the next one, which is number 2 right here. So this is what has changed in the planner, and I just wanted to share that with you real quick. For those of you who have a hard time passing through task after task, day after day, month after month, I mean, that's me. I will tell you, some of the smaller home tasks, personal tasks, they get passed through for months sometimes, and it's ridiculous. But that's only because I am after I do all my deep work sessions, by the time I'm done with those, I cannot get my brain to wrap around the smaller itty bitty tasks that still require even more critical thinking to really run down break it down into bite-sized to-dos. So at that point, my brain is already fried and I don't want to do it. And that's why it ends up being passed to the next day and the next day and the day after. And so this is something that I wanted to share with you. For those of you who are going through this, this is not unusual. A lot of my friends that talk to me about productivity, because they know that I really enjoy trying to find my best golden solution to productivity, because I do a lot around here. And so and they will tell me the same thing. They will tell me that that's what they struggle with the most, is that by the time their work is done and they get home and do the regular routine stuff, they don't want to work on their priority stuff that is going to change their life or transform, their family's lives. They don't want to. I mean, do they want to? Yes. The fantasy is there, but it's a mere fantasy and not an actual activity. So this is just to help you kind of process your thoughts behind how you plan and how productivity can massively change according to changing around your layouts and trying different things. And don't be afraid of doing that, because I'm not. I was for a minute, because when I was in the bound books, what was happening was I was so into going through with their layouts that I was stuck on trying to figure out what the designer of the bound books were thinking. How do their brains work? And I was more into studying that than actually reflecting on myself and the day's worth of productivity levels, and just trying to figure out what is my golden productivity solution. And so I really highly recommend, sometimes you guys have to break out of everyone's layouts and just get yourself a clean notebook and draw things out. Don't even have lines, because maybe the lines get in your way. Just have a blank piece of paper and just start drawing things out and study that. Study your mode. Was I productive today? Why not? What is happening? And if you're genuinely interested in reflecting and trying to figure out your golden solution to productivity, you will find the answer. It's a matter of how much do you want it. Because for me, I really want it. This is the struggle of my entire life, to find peace and productivity at the same time, because I'm constantly, overwhelmed. I have 4 kids, I have 2 businesses, maybe 3rd on the way. And I have a lot of projects within those 2 businesses, within the family, with the kids and helping out with everybody else around me, because that's what I desire to do. That's one of my priorities in life. If someone needs my help, I'm going to be there, right? But how do I squeeze that all in and still not miss out on the things that are going to transform my life and my family's lives, right? So this was my long time homework, and I'm still, I'm still going forward and progressing through the reflections and the solutions that I come up with. But, I highly recommend for you to really just chime in on it, and listen to yourself, and don't listen to everybody else's layouts all the time. You can be motivated by it, but not necessarily be inspired by it all the time, right? So that is something that I needed to tell myself, that Helen, what you're doing is working, and you still need to listen to yourself every single day, because tomorrow maybe this layout is not going to work for me, right? And that's okay. You just keep moving forward. It just keeps getting better and better, as you listen to yourself and not everybody else around you. Okay, so I just wanted to share that real quick, and thank you for chiming in, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.